Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lexi, and I've got a juicy topic for us tonight. Tonight's topic is: are you being offered exotic vacations or Netflix and chill? This is going to be a good one. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel to show your support. Okay, so let's get right into it. What are you being offered, ladies? Are you guys getting offered vacations or Netflix and chill? In our culture as millennials, we've been so used to this notion of Netflix and chill. So, what exactly is the Netflix and chill date? Well, it's the guy that is probably more than likely cheap or a F boy, and he texts you to come over, and oh, there's this great movie he's been wanting to see that he's probably already saw with some other chick, and he wants you to come over. He might get a bottle of wine, or that's just like an upgraded Netflix and chill. Sometimes it's not even that. You might get a pizza, or you might get, I don't know what they're doing now, but it's just something in our millennial culture that's become far too normal. Guys ask nowadays like it's just, a standard date. I get it. We did go through quarantine, but the restaurants were still open. There's still rooftops, there's still outdoor seating, there's still order in from a nice restaurant and eat it at the park. There's still picnics. There's still other means of having a date without being on the couch doing Netflix and chill. But I digress. Let's talk about it. If you are not getting dates, again, this is not a topic for you. If you are already in a relationship and or marriage, this is not the topic for you. If you are the modern woman or the modern man, let's talk about it. So let's start, gentlemen. You Netflix and chillers. This is pretty much how the night goes down, and everybody knows how it goes. You invite the girl over. She's dressed up like she's going out to the club when she knows good and damn well them clothes are just going to be, you guys know what I'm about to say. So she comes over, the movie starts, he gets logged into his account. Small talk is happening. And before the credits start rolling, you're rolling already in the sheets. That's what's happening with Netflix and chill. Okay? These are usually dates performed by the pretty boys. The boys that never really have to have game, they just looked good enough the part. So women were willing to say, I'll watch anything for you, baby. I'll drink your bath water. So this is something that's going to happen a lot more for my younger millennials, my teena boppers, the ones in the early 20s zone, late teens. However, if you're over 25, and I'm being very lenient with that number, and you're still Netflix and chilling, you should be flogged. Shame on you. You know better. You know what you're doing when you went over there. You knew good and well he was not trying to watch a movie. You knew good and well that you were going to end up on the couch. And then after you were done doing the nasty, you want to pretend and look up at the movie as if, anybody was watching the movie. Oh, you mean he ended up robbing the bank? Oh, man. Oh. And you naked. Put your clothes back on. Get your walk of shame. Get out of the house. And don't expect a real date after that. How are you going to set the bar so low for a man to start you off on Netflix and chill? Then you want to turn around and be mad and say, oh, well, he wasn't nothing. He was just F-boy. He was this, he was that. But why were you Netflix and chilling? Okay? These are usually, like I said, for the pretty boys that do this. These are for the cheap men that do this. And, it works out for the guy if he doesn't want anything serious, and for the girl if she doesn't want anything serious. But as you guys know, my channel is for the modern woman that wants marriage, that wants long-term relationship. If you're in the category of wanting that, ladies, Netflix and chill is a no-go, okay? It's gotta be a no-go. So you need to make sure no matter how fine he is, no matter how good he looks, no matter how nice his profile is, or wherever you met him, that if it has anything to do with going to someone's place and you not just trying to have a jump off for the night, then say no. It's that easy. Okay, so there's a caliber of woman that knows what she accepts and knows what she wants. There's the Netflix and chill woman, and then there's the exotic vacation woman. This is not, again, for the woman that isn't getting dates, but the exotic vacation women back me up on this. This is the woman that's the eye candy. This is the women, like myself, that men like to take out. This is the woman that men love dates with. This is the woman that they see themselves vacationing with. This can be portrayed just by your profile, the way you present yourself, the way you speak, the way that you talk about places you've been, where you were raised, where you've gone. Usually it helps when you're already well traveled, because then they know that it's going to take a little bit more to impress you. Now, is it all about impressing just the woman and the woman doesn't have to do anything for the man? No, I believe that there are different things. However, as far as dates go, that is on the man. Now, men, I know the pushback I'm going to get is, oh, why am I going to waste money? Why am I going to waste money on a girl? And, you know, she's probably just using me. She's probably just hustling me. We've heard it all. But a lot of you men know good and well that when you're trying to take out an IG model that's showing you her IG when she started, that's showing you all her likes and all the men that are running after her on her page, that are showing you, you know, that she's all about monetary gain and materialism, then you want to turn around and say, oh, well, you know, she just was trying to use me. Okay, but why would you go out with her? IG models want IG models. I think we've gotten so far gone on these notion on these channels that, you know, just because a man has money, that he's going to get the girl and the totality of the woman. Yeah, you might get the girl on your shoulder for the restaurant, but she's on that IG, you know, just using her way to hustle up, and she's going to end up with an IG guy. That's just what it is. IG girls end up with IG guys. IG guys end up with IG girls. She's thinking about her look. She's thinking about her brand. Okay? So stop getting mad about taking a girl out on an exotic vacation that you know 9 times out of 10, she's not going to settle for her thousands of followers to really post to you or be with you. I don't care, you know, what other kind of job you have, 6-figure income you have. If you don't have the look of the IG look, you're just going to be, I call you guys the silent sugar daddies. You know, the girls have the sugar daddy on the side. You might be a little bit older. You might be a little more established. You might be successful. Yeah, you keep talking about all the things you want. You want children at 45, 50 years old, talking about you want children. Yeah, ladies, you guys can back me up on this. That's what's out there. These delusional older men that are going out with younger women thinking that it's really going to be something that is going to go past a few dates. Be real, gentlemen. If she's an IG model and she's out there posting, she's probably not going to post to you unless you have that. So that's just a little rule for thumb. So when I say the exotic vacations, I really mean take a woman out that you know is ready for a family, that you know is ready for a relationship, that you know is ready to be exclusive. You know, that used to be something that we used to tell men all the time. But I feel like there's a lot more men that are ready for a serious relationship than there are women. I think women have so many options and we're getting so much access and so many different men that are entertaining us day and night because of our youth, because of our bodies, because of our intellect, that we're now, I see more women turning men down than men turning women down. So this is really a rule of advice for the men. Gentlemen, pick better. If you're going to start spending your money and you're going to start going on dates, stop blaming the woman. If you want the Kim Kardashian and you want the 10 out of 10, then assume the responsibility that comes with it. And don't complain about why you spent your money and why your credit card's been maxed out because you try to get with someone that was way out of your league. Let's be real. Leagues work on both ends. Unless you are a celebrity and you could be butt ugly and get with a chick, regular people don't have that leniency. Regular people don't have that. Let's be real. When you go out to the supermarket, when you go out to the restaurant, when you go out to places, people usually date within their look category. That's just how it works. You're not going to see Timon and Pumbaa, okay? You're not going to see polar opposites sitting at the table talking about, you know, they found love in a hopeless place. Okay, that just doesn't happen. You know, you're not gonna see shallow Hal. So let's just be real. Let's get back to life, back to reality. Okay. So, exotic vacations. Let's talk about it. So many men also like to say, "Oh, well, this girl, she was just, she had an attitude." That's what you want to hear, especially when there's a relationship going on. No matter what I do, this is usually from a cheap man. This is usually from a man that didn't want to spend it. See, women, we know when you give generously, and we know when you give and you're hanging on to that wallet, hoping, you sure? You sure you want to go? You sure? You sure? You sure? Did you want to do this or did you want to do that option? The 3-star hotel. Now, no woman is going to say yes that she want to go to a 3-star hotel. We're going to say, yeah, no, we want the all-inclusive. Pay more saves you less, fellas. A little more saves you less. How? Why? Why do I say this? I'm not just saying this because I'm a woman. I'm saying this because I'm really trying to help dates progress into something. This helps you. Netflix and chill is great for a night. Exotic vacations, you might get her a lifetime. Because just as much as a woman has to give the men's attention, everyone knows that the pre-wedding lady and the post-wedding lady is not the same lady. If you want the woman to stay the same as she was pre-wedding, you've got to do things that's going to keep her happy post-wedding. Because, yeah, we could say all of this and all of that, give women all these rules and these tips, and it happens. We play the game. We know the game. We say all the right things. We do all the right things. But, gentlemen, you guys know it's fake. Another secret, guys, it's fake. As soon as we get home from that honeymoon and you can ask man after man after man, the true person starts to settle in, and that's when it becomes happy wife, happy life. Who leaves the relationships? Who leaves the marriages? Who gets fed up? Who is capable of making your life a living hell? Usually it's the woman from hell. A lot of times you don't see the neighbor that wants to avoid the husband. It's usually the crazy wife, the helicopter wife, the overly crazy wife. Women make or break the home. Women make or break the relationships. Women are the center. And I know it's sad to say, but men admit it. You guys could have a lovely wife, a beautiful woman in the beginning, or who you thought to be, and then after the wedding, 4 years later, she's drug you in the mud. I've seen it so many times. So many men, especially on these dating apps. Oh, I was in a relationship. Oh, I was so in love. Oh, she was perfect. She was this. And men love to brag about who they landed. But where is she? But what happened to her? Why isn't she on your arm? Why isn't she at the ball? Why isn't she, your trophy wife? Why isn't she mothering your children? Oh, she left you. And we like to give sob stories about, okay, well, woman's probably going to have difficulty finding another man or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is women are leaving the men. The men can do all the good game and the good talk and the boys and the bachelors and the alphas and the AKAs and all the sororities and fraternities can be all that in the dating phase. But everybody knows that once the wedding happens, the man loses the power. Once he gives that name, he gives his freedom, he gives his rights. He has the right to remain silent. And it's so sad that it's that way, but I'm just speaking the truth. I could sit here and lie to you. I mean, you might still get a good woman where your good days are going to be better than your bad, and that's really all you got to sign up for, gentlemen. A woman that's just going to try and make your life a little bit better, a little bit shinier than what you left it. But the reality is, that woman is the woman that you're fighting to keep her attention once you marry her. Once you choose her, she gets the power again. She gets the power. And that's why so many men get left hurt. That's why so many men are back out there at 45, at 50. I've seen it, saying they want a family, saying they wanted this. They're married 6 years, no children. They're married 6 years, didn't get anywhere. They're married 6 years, and the woman was never happy. They were married 6 years, and the woman decided a change of heart. Just woke up. And like I talked about in my other broadcast, how our emotions are fluid. You can't live off of emotions, guys. If you live off of emotions, divorce rates are going to keep going up. You want a woman that's committed, not just to her job, not just to her friends. You want her to be committed to the idea of marriage. You want her to be committed to the idea of family. And too many men, and it used to be women's, but now the role has flipped. Too many men fill in the blank of what they think their woman wants just based on what they want her to be, what they want her to say. A lot of times when you hear why these guys get left, they can't even explain to you. She just thought she could do better. They won't say that because of their ego, but they will say, she decided that her career was something she wanted to pursue. Oh, she decided that she didn't want children anymore. She decided that we weren't getting along. Or the best one, oh, she wanted to see the world for herself and she wanted me to see the world. As if you can't see the world and be married. As if you can't have children while married. I think that's the whole purpose of having children, of getting married. As if you guys can't grow together instead of growing apart. All of these reasons, you hear them and you wonder. So this is why I'm telling you, gentlemen, invest in the beginning, because that's the time when you're going to see what you're getting, what you're dealing with, a little test run. The exotic vacations is not just for us, it's for you, gentlemen. Take her on a vacation. Take her out of the country. Live with her a little bit. I'm not saying you need to be dating for years and years, but I'm saying get the hard things over first. That way you don't have to keep on wishing and guessing. And I'm not going to lie, there's more women that don't want commitment than women that do. It's hard to find someone that's really going to take you to the rocking chair. And that's just real. To take you to the rocking chair, that's going to be one hell of a woman. And the superficial checklist that I've been telling you guys about is definitely getting you behind in your search of the right woman. Because the higher the checklist, the higher the demands. The more the better the girl looks, the higher the demands. Let's be real here. Beauty never was associated with humility, humble, just forgiving, lowly, naive. Those things just, it just doesn't exist. The better she looks, the more she's going to want. The better she looks, the look that you guys are wanting, the hot wife has left you guys hot and single. And it's time that you look at looks, but you also have to look at who's going to be there for me when I get sick. Who's going to be there for me when I fall down? Who's going to be there for me regardless of all of this? So, getting into the exotic vacations, when you take her out, when you take her on that trip, when you take her on the water, something happens to our psychology. See, I'm giving you guys some real knowledge, gentlemen, so you guys need to take notes. In the first 90 days of dating a woman, everything matters. Just remember that. We are investigators by nature. We are Debbie Downers by nature. We are looking for your flaw. We are looking for you. We are looking. You better build that house so good, I don't even want to see a chip in the paint. And for men that are married, and for men that have bought new construction, women, we could have the brand new, most beautiful 10,000 square foot home, and we're looking at that thing and see, I knew there was something, that the paint is chipped. I'm gonna make a call and I'm gonna get my warranty, and the man's gonna look and say, babe, I don't even see what it is. You don't see the chip? You don't see the okay. I'm calling them. They need to come fix it. They need to come out right now. We're on the phone. We're getting them out there. Before you know it, we got the painters painting the whole room for one small chip. Think of that in a relationship, fellas. I'm just giving you guys the truth. I didn't make up the rules. I'm just giving you guys the tricks. The exotic vacation changes the psychology. Why? In our mind, in our instant gratification society, in our visual mind. See, we're so used to thinking, oh, men are so visual, men are visual. Women are more visual. Why in the world do you think we leave relationships? Because we think, okay, he might be a great guy. He might be a nice man. He might be giving me what I want. He might be paying the bills. But if I have the offer of getting all that with a man that's even finer than him, and richer and a little bit younger, guess what? Sad to say, some women think like this, and which is why it's easier to leave a good situation you're in. We're itching for the better, just like how men, and I don't think men are as bad, as a matter of fact. Let me correct myself. I feel like men, they like to stay where they are. I feel like they like to provide for what they have. I feel like when they invest in that woman and they finally make that decision, they aren't itchy anymore for something else. They might be itchy to keep that excitement with her. They might make a mistake. I'm not saying that uh, infidelity or things don't happen. However, I feel that ultimately they still want to stay with their wife. Women, if the psychology hasn't changed for her and you gentlemen haven't done the tricks that I'm telling you to do, then what happens is we might be itching. And it doesn't matter if you're 6 years in, doesn't matter if you're 5 years in, until she's off the market, which is like 50 plus, even 45, I would argue, then you need to be on your T's and Q's. You need to be on your T's and Q's, gentlemen. And that's why we make up Happy Wife, Happy Life. Because a woman, when she's ready to leave, it doesn't matter if there are 4 kids involved. Something happens to our psyche. That's why I said you got to change the psyche. Our psychology tells us we can do it. I'm over it. I'm done. And something shuts down, and we can literally look at our husband with disgust. We can look at our significant other with disgust. And our brain can reprogram, and we could tell ourselves, I might have 4 kids. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to make it. And we just ride in this train. See, men don't think like this. I think men, you guys have always been blessed with more of a sound of reason, the reason board. You guys are better to think about, okay, what are my pros and cons of leaving her? And always, almost always, a man will find the reasons to stay. Almost always, a woman will find the reasons to go. I'm giving you guys knowledge tonight. Almost always, a man will find the reason to stay. And almost always, a woman will find the reason to go. So what happens when you take her on a trip? I'll tell you what happens. The first 90 days is already the honeymoon stage. Our hormones are going off. We're frisky. We're happy. And then when you add sprinkle a little bit of whipped cream on top, she's yours for a good while. The exotic vacation just does something to us to believe that we're getting better than we could have ever gotten. Fellas, it's really not that expensive. That's why I'm wondering why men are struggling. Now, there are a group of men out there, and I must say, that are just delusional to think that you're even going to get laid. Start with an image consultant, start with a gym, start with some resculpting, start with a facial transplant, start with a few things, because there's a lot of men out there that are really thinking that, they're going to settle down. And unfortunately, women are looking like, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. The lottery could have been handed to you, and I still would disappear after quickly getting what I could get out of the situation. I'm just talking real. I'm not saying it's me personally. I'm just saying this is how women think. Even the richest man, if he's looking like Beetlejuice, we don't want to be with Beetlejuice. We might enjoy a little bit of the spoiling, but 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get a quality woman when you're just not desirable. We have to be desirable to each other. Men can say all they want about their finances, all that. You can have all that. You can have all that. Guess what? If we're still trying, we don't want to put out, we're not happy, we don't find you desirable, you might have the woman physically there, but her mind is thinking about something else. And men know that. And I think that's the problem as well. Men have professionally learned to tune things out. And it's to their detriment, because the brain leaves first, the body leaves later. The mind leaves first, gentlemen. Stop tuning out her zoning out. Stop tuning out those things. These are things that mean that she will physically be gone shortly. So while you can, do the exotic trips. Do all inclusive, gentlemen. I'm giving you guys help for your wallet. Do all inclusive. Because you try to book something and you want to do the, oh, when we get there, I'll just book a hotel. Your bank statement's not going to like you. Your card's not going to like you. So make sure that you do all inclusive. That way, when she gets there, you say, babe, anything you want is yours. Anything you want is yours. It's included. It's included. But something happens to our psychology when we hear anything you want is yours. Oh, we are Marilyn Monroe on a Saturday night when we hear that. When we hear, babe, just enjoy a cocktail, babe. Could you bring me one too? It's included, guys. It's included. Sometimes the small gestures of romanticism. I don't know if that's a word, but we're making it up tonight. Roll with me, guys. Something about anything you want. Something about the waves on the sea. Something about the beach vibes. Something about the ambiance sets the tone for how the woman sees the man. All of a sudden, this feels better. All of a sudden, I'm having a drink on the beach. I don't know how many times a man has gone up in my book, up on my dating calendar, up on everything, just based on the quality of the date. If you're really dating for marriage, if you're out here just trying to date, like I told you guys, this is not for you. But women that are actually looking for something, the quality of the date matters. It matters because it tells a woman, wow, he can be romantic. It tells a woman, wow, he really wants to spoil me. And literally, there are sites where you don't have to pay that much. Travelzoo.com, fellas. Cheapcaribbean.com. Cheapcaribbean.com. Get the all-inclusive, get the $500 a person for $1,000 on a card. You fly in, the ride takes you to the hotel, everything is all-inclusive. She can get everything down to the kitchen sink, and you only paid one fee for it. She's enjoying herself. Let her call her girls. Let her snap all her pictures. Let her be the woman that she feels so empowered to be in that moment. It's so important. So many men, they come in, they're these successful men, they want to take you on a vacation, then they want to get angry. Oh, do you have to snap? Do you have to do that? Do you have to call your girl? Do you have to? Man, just take me home. He just doesn't understand how to be romantic. He's such a Grinch. He's the Grinch before Christmas. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want a grandpa. We don't want a father. Unless you got daddy issues, you don't want a man telling you, can we just get this to eat? Can we? No. We want the beautiful damsel in distress. We want the woman to feel like anything you want, babe. And if you want to add flowers to it, if you want to add candlelit, when you get home, if you want to add rose petals on the bed, I've never seen a woman get angry after a couple's massage has been booked. I remember my man Froz, when we went out, and no matter what we were doing, no matter how stressful the day was, no matter how hard I worked that day, no matter how angry I was, when he pulled up to that massage parlor in Buckhead and said, let's just unwind, you've never heard anybody bitching in a massage parlor. Once you get in there and you feel the zen and you hear that music and that Buddhist meditation, Indian vibes in there, and you have your masseuse, your nice Asian masseuse come to you and they ask you, would you like the hot stone and he would just say hot stone. That's another thing, gentlemen. Just order for the woman sometimes. Just do it. We'll thank you later. It really does something to our psychology. That little $40 saved you a whole night of complaining because she got her relaxation. She felt like a woman. She felt pampered. And too many men are just out of tune with being romantic, especially you older men. The older the man, the less likely they were told, I love you, the less likely they're in tune with their emotions. No, we don't want a sissy. We don't want someone that's too feminine. We don't want someone that's too beta. But we do want a masculine man in tune with being romantic. They can coexist, gentlemen. They can coexist. Tap into it. Be a man. Be a man's man. Fix the toilet. Fix the roof. Figure out how to be a handyman, because we don't want to have to call Angie'sList.com because you don't know how to fix anything and you don't know how to change a tire. So be in tune with that. But at the same time, also understand the power of being romantic. It's like how men, we've gotten so masculine as women. You guys still want the feminine woman. You guys still want the woman that can hold a conversation that could be sweet and elegant and graceful. So you have to be in tune with both. You still like that she has independence. You still like that she makes her own money. You still like that she has a job, but you still want her to be feminine. It's the same thing for us. We want you to be a man's man. We want you to know how to fix a few things. I'm not saying be a full-on licensed contractor, but I'm saying things around the house, we shouldn't have to be calling third-party services. Get on YouTube and figure it out. Okay? But you also have to understand the power of being romantic sometimes. And I know there are some women that think they need to be treated like this every single day, but this vacation only needs to be booked in the first 90 days of the relationship. Watch everything change, gentlemen. I know I'm a woman. Frost did it to me, and a baby came a few months later. It's because our psychology changes. All of a sudden, we see him as a husband. We see him as a leader. We see him as someone, oh my goodness, he understands me. I felt so understood on that beach. I felt so understood in all the hotels. I mean, Frost really took it above and beyond. I'm not saying break the bank. Go according to your budget. Go according to what you can afford. Don't go into debt, gentlemen, especially, but if she's your girl, and she's somebody you want to see your life with, you don't even need to be dating if you can't afford it. I'm just being real. Get your money up first. I'm not saying be a millionaire, but I'm saying have enough money to where you can afford a vacation and you're not thinking about, your accounts crashing the next morning or the next week. I remembered enjoying my vacations, enjoying my massages. Being in touch with your romantic side gets a woman to see you as a winner. As I told you guys, there are winners and losers in dating. Winners understand not only taking you out on the trip, but taking you out on the trip generously, not complaining. And people don't understand that there are men that are so cheap that even when they do something, they're looking at the price. I remember always being told, it doesn't matter, book it. What it does to the psychology. In the first 90 days, book a couples massage, book an exotic vacation for $500 a head for 2 people at $1,000 in that 90-day window of beginning to date. You will see a difference in the way that the relationship starts. She might go out there and try to date someone else, but he probably didn't take her to Jamaica. He probably didn't take her to Aruba. He probably didn't take her to the Bahamas. The reason why I'm not saying anything too far is because I know the further out, the more expensive, guys. So let's save Hawaii and those things for the honeymoon. But, the Caribbean, Mexico, Florida, there's some nice places in Florida. There's some all-inclusive places in Florida. Gentlemen, I'm trying to tell you guys how to land the woman in the day and age where the women are now in the seat. And what you have to remember is, yes, men are getting some power. Men are getting their lists. Men are getting demanding. Men are getting these demands. However, you get these demands, you give her the ring, you give her the last name, then the rules change. She gets back in the driver's seat and it's checkmate. At that point, you know that you have to keep her attention because divorces happen too much. Women leave too much. Yeah, that has to change. But I promise you, the romantic gestures make a difference. The flowers, the I love yous, Still be masculine, but still be in touch with your romantic side. Look it up. There's too much information out there to not know how to do it. Remember, exotic vacations for $1,000 or less. You take her on that trip, the psychology changes. All of a sudden, she's relaxed. I would have said yes to everything on that trip and I was just in a happy place. Let her post. Let her call her friends. Let her enjoy herself. Don't be the Grinch. Give generously. Don't complain. Oh, you mean to tell me that the steak was $20 and you mean that they billed it to the... Shh. Cheap men don't get far. Do these things for the right woman. Like I said, don't do it for a woman that's way out of your league and then want to get mad that she's left you like a hot tamale. A lot of these men are talking about they've dated this chick and she was that and she was this. But where is she? All of our men, we could say, oh, we left him. He's right where I left him. He might have moved on, but I left him. How many men can say that they left her? So until the roles change and men start leaving the women, which I see that might be a few generations out, maybe next generation, I don't know. But until the men start leaving the woman, understand that it is important to try and be romantic. Take her on that exotic vacation. And for you Netflix and chillers on my channel, and you're over 25, men or women, shame on you. You know good and well that that's nothing but a jump off. And ladies and gentlemen, don't complain when it doesn't get into anything because you just wanted to take the cheap route, you want to take the lazy route, and you just wanted to really smash. I tell people that. That's just trying to smash. If I even hear anything about a Netflix, Casper shows up and I go ghost. So here's what we want to finish on. Take her on that exotic vacation in the first 90 days of being in a relationship. Ask her out. Plan the trip. Ask what dates work for her. Book it. Make sure she really wants the relationship. Make sure she's into you. Vet the woman, fellas. Stop vetting the physical. Stop vetting the look. Vet the woman, the inside. FaceTime. Look her in the eye. Talk to her. See who she is. Stop vetting the outside. You guys aren't going to get far with the outside. Get far with the inside. Then take her out. Take her on the exotic vacation and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, when a man takes you out, it's for his benefit too. You guys like having the pretty mama on the beach. You guys like having the mojitos in the sunset. You guys like having that feminine energy around you. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. And that's why I'm going to end the song with the beautiful Kokomo by the Beach Boys about being on an exotic vacation. Alexa, play Kokomo by the Beach Boys.
Kokomo by the Beach Boys on Amazon Music.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go? Jamaica, off the Florida Keys. There's a place called Kokomo. That's where you wanna go to get away from it all.
To get away from it all.
Bodies in the sand. Tropical drink melting in your hand. We'll be falling in love to the rhythm of a steel drum band. Down in Kokomo, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take it to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go?
Get there fast.
tastes like Kokomo. Now if you wanna go and get away from it all, go down the Kokomo. Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down the Kokomo? We'll get there faster and we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. We gotta go. Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on,
Okay, guys, remember, subscribe and like. Thank you. Have a great night.